Right, welcome to my first ECA and my first ever tutorial of trying to teach how to play guitar. I like playing guitar. I wouldn't say I was an amazing guitarist, but I do enjoy to play. So I tried to find us a song which used just 5 chords, and that's actually quite difficult. A lot of songs use 4 chords, but they don't just use them. They use them in one section, then they have lots of other things too. But this song just has the 5, and we are going to learn how to play "Someone You Loved" by Lewis Capaldi. Right, but we're not going to do it in the key that he plays it in. He plays it in the key of C, which gets complicated because then you have to use the chord of F, which is really tricky. So I thought, right, we'll do it in the key of G, which makes it a lot easier to do. So we start with a basic introduction. We are going to need one guitar. Aha, here it is. This is one of mine. You can see I have 2. Actually, I have 3. But this is my favourite. So what we see on the guitar is 6 strings, and then we see as we go down all of these frets, and these frets are important because these help us change the note. Okay, so just to give you a demonstration of how it works, for this song we need a chord of C and a chord of D and a chord of E minor and a chord of C. So we get an introduction. I'm going under now, this time I feel there's no one to save me. This all or nothing really got away, you're driving me crazy. I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you know the pain. And now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. So something along those lines. So what we need to do is start looking at how to play these chords. I'm going to put this down for a moment. We don't need this. It's nice to have, but we don't need this. So we need to look at actually how we play a chord. So we're going to start with a chord of G. Now I've got a little chart here. I'm going to show it to you. This chart has been sent out to you along with the words to and the chords. So I've sent this to you. So we are going to need to know chord of G. Where's G? There's G. We're going to need to know a chord of D. Where's D? There's D. We're going to need to know a chord of E minor, which should be down here, and we'll need to know a chord of C. Right, so when we look at this chord of G here, okay, I can see I need 4 fingers down, but actually this third one here, the one on this where it says finger number 3, we don't actually need that one, but we do need 2, 1 and 4, but you can put that one down if you want. So if we look at how this works, this here, that bar is the neck of the guitar, the top neck of the guitar, this bit here, okay? Then when you look again, you see, so that's how it would look like this. Then you can actually see where to put the fingers. So this tells me behind, if I look here, so behind the top string, on the top, the highest string, the thinnest string, my finger 4, which is that one, needs to go directly behind the 3rd fret. Then I don't do anything with that one, nothing with that one, nothing with that one. And then here, finger number 1, that one, will go behind the 2nd fret, and finger number 2, that one. So we're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that one would go behind the 3rd fret. So that if we look at that then, here, do it this way around. 5th finger behind the 3rd fret, 1st finger behind the 2nd fret, 3rd finger behind, sorry, 1st finger, yeah, 4th finger, 1st finger, 2nd finger, behind the 3rd fret, behind the 3rd fret, behind the 2nd fret. And that way we should be able to play our chord of G. I talked to you about this finger here, I can put it down, but it still plays the chord of G. So you can do it with 3 fingers or you can do it with 4. It's entirely up to you. So let's look at how I did that again. To higher string, that one here, 4th finger behind the 3rd fret. Then nothing on this string, nothing on that one, nothing on this one. This one here, 1st finger behind the 2nd fret, and here 2nd finger on the bottom string behind the 3rd fret, and that should give us our chord of G. So if I was you, I'd practice this, pause the video and practice playing chords of G. Now I didn't start learning to play guitar until I was, gosh, what was I, 20, something like that, and I thought, right, I'm going to get a guitar. So I went out and bought one and taught myself how to play, and this was how I taught myself. I taught myself by practicing going from one chord to the next one, back again, to the next one, back again, and learning how to do these shapes. So that was my chord of G. Then we're going to have a chord of D, okay? So D needs 3 fingers. It needs finger 2, just behind the 2nd fret, on the highest string, finger 3, just behind the 3rd fret, on the 2nd string down, and then finger number 1, just behind the 2nd fret, on the 3rd string down. There it is. So there's my chord of D. So just recap on that one. I get my 2nd finger right behind my 3rd fret, my 2nd fret, sorry, and then I get my 3rd finger here, directly behind the 3rd fret on the 2nd string down. Then I get my 1st finger directly behind the 2nd fret on the next string down, and that would give me my chord of D. So then I can go back to my chord of G, and then I'm going here. Okay? So I would now pause the video and I practice trying to play G, and then we can always go back. Just put my guitar down a second. We can always then go back and look at the chart here. Okay? So we've looked so far at chord G. Remember, we don't need to have 3rd finger down there. We can have 1, 2 and 4 down, but it's up to you if you want to put that one down too. And then we also looked at a chord of D. So you can see here, 2nd finger behind 2nd fret, 3rd finger behind 3rd fret, 1st finger behind. And remember, finger numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one just goes round the back. Okay? So we're going to look at a chord of E minor as well. I'm going to recap these with you every single week, and we're just going to build this up in stages. So let's bring a chord of E minor, bring the guitar back. 2 fingers, all I need, all I need. So I don't use anything on my lower standing string, because that is an E, that's fine, I can stay there. Then I can take to finger 1 and put it behind the 2nd fret on the next string down, and then I'm going to take finger number 2 and put it also behind the 2nd fret, and that's all I need. So just recap on that. 2nd fret here, finger number 1, not that string, next one, then that one goes here on the next string up. Then you'd have to practice now, and it takes a while. It's worth doing, but it takes a while to be able to go from chord to chord to chord, to go from chord G to D to E minor. And then once you've learned the next chord, you have all of the verses for the whole song. So it's actually not a massive amount to learn. Now we need to learn how to play a chord of C. Okay, so let's have a look at a chord of C, and we'll practice that as well. So I don't have anything for my highest string. Then I take finger number 1 and I put it directly behind the 1st fret. Directly behind the 1st fret of the 2nd string down. Then I don't want anything for this string or that one, but this one do. Let's just do it again. Nothing on the top string. 1st finger behind 2nd fret, next string down. Nothing on this one. This one, yes. 2nd finger goes down behind the 2nd fret, and then on the next string down, 3rd finger goes down behind the 3rd fret. just to recap on that with you, here, when you look at the chord chart, you can see nothing on the first string, okay, first finger behind the first fret, nothing on the next string down, and then second finger here behind the second fret on the fourth string down, and then here, third finger behind the third fret. So it's always quite good to turn this way round, because then you can actually sort of see the strings going this way instead of that way. Okay? So once we've got that, we've now pretty much got, we've certainly got the introduction, which is G to D to E minor to C. So G to D minor to E to C. So I'm going under now, this time I feel there's no one to save me. And the next line uses exactly the same chord pattern. This all or nothing really got me where you're driving me crazy. Then it changes slightly. We're going to go to G, to D, to E, to C. So I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. So we have lots of repetition. First two lines is just G to D to E minor to C, and the next line is the same, G to D to E minor to C, and the next line is G to D to E minor to C, and again G to D to E minor to C. So we have that same pattern. So I need somebody to heal, somebody to know, somebody to have, somebody to hold. It's easy to say, but it's never the same. I guess I kinda like the way you numbed all the pain. And then we went on to our chorus, which is G to D to E minor to C, to G to D to E minor to C. So another day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved. And then the next verse and chorus does exactly the same. Then there's just one more chord to learn, which is A minor, which we'll do next week or the week after. So we'll just build this up in stages. So my advice to you is go for the beginning of this again and look at the chord shapes, practice the chord shapes. You can go online. There's so many like YouTube tutorials of how to play the chords, which you can probably do them far better than I can, but I just wanted to do this for you because I thought it would be fun. But you'll find huge amounts. Just go into Google and type up guitar chord shapes and they'll all come up as well, and people will show you what fingers to use. So use all of those resources as well as this, and next week I will post you the next one. So I think that's it. Have a great week, and I'll post again next week. Bye now. Bye now.